Good morning and welcome back, my friends. For anybody new, hello. My name is Meg. I am lactose intolerant, I am gluten intolerant, and I eat on a phase 3 low FODMAP diet for digestive reasons. That means that I do know what FODMAPs bother me so that I can limit them or avoid them, but enjoy the ones that don't seem to bother me. Today, I have a craving for bagels with cream cheese. And it's not like, at least for me, I can't go out and get a bagel and cream cheese that I can have, being, with all those restrictions. So I found a recipe for a yogurt bread bagel and an herbed cream cheese. I don't necessarily have all the ingredients for it, but we're going to make it work with what we have, so let's get to making breakfast. For breakfast today are yogurt bread bagels with an herby yogurt topping. I started out by measuring out the dry ingredients, including gluten-free flour, some baking powder, and the salt. I mixed everything to combine it well. Then I added in the yogurt. I put it in my stand mixer, but you could easily mix this by hand. Mixed it until it was all combined and formed a ball. I put that ball out on the counter, my clean counter covered in rice flour, and kneaded the dough for a few minutes to make it smoother, formed it into a ball, and then I took that ball and sliced it up into 6 sections. Each one of the sections I rolled into a little ball and smushed it flat, then used my fingers to form the center of the bagel, stretching the dough out a little bit. After the first one was done, I continued to do that with the remaining dough balls. When all the little bagels were formed, I used an egg wash on the top and added some poppy seeds to the top for a little bit of contrast because it makes it pretty. And then I put the bagels into the oven. When they came out, they were a nice, beautiful, toasty golden brown. For the herbed yogurt topping, I chopped up some green onions, some parsley, and though the recipe doesn't call for it, I did add a little bit of minced jalapeno as well. Measured out the yogurt, added the herbs to it, including the jalapeno, a squeeze of lemon, and a pinch of salt, and mixed everything up till it was all uniform. When I opened up the bagel, I was honestly disappointed to see how doughy it was, but then I popped it into the toaster and it did change the texture a lot. As you can see here, it looks a lot better. Once it cooled down a little bit, I topped it with the herby yogurt topping, just like you would cream cheese. I finished by topping it with a little green onion and a side of strawberry. There is the final yogurt bagel with my herbed yogurt topping. I was really disappointed, I'm not gonna lie, when I first sliced into it and saw how doughy the bagels were. But honestly, putting them into the toaster completely seemed to have changed the texture. So now I'm excited again. So let's go ahead and dig in. Oh, I guess I should say, this for scale, this is how big the bagels ended up being. They're like the size of mini bagels and about that thick, a little bit thinner, maybe 2/3 the thickness of a mini bagel, but yeah, that gives you scale of how large they ended up being, which honestly, that's about the perfect size for me. If you'd like to make them bigger, you could totally do that. Let's go ahead and give this a try. I'm very excited about this, I can't lie. The herbs smell so good, and I'm excited with a little bit of jalapeno spice in it. Oh, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a try. Is this an authentic bagel? Like that you could get at a bakery? No. But does this tickle that itch for a bagel and cream cheese? Oh my gosh, does this ever. This is like the first decent bagel and cream cheese I've had since I found out that I was gluten intolerant. Every bagel, gluten-free bagel that I have bought has been disappointing. They don't have that chew to them. They're a little bit too dry, at least for the ones that I can find. There might be some amazing ones out there somewhere that I just haven't found. But this is nice and chewy. It's got a nice crust on it. I am very, very happy with these little bagels. I'm very happy with it. So I'm going to go enjoy my little breakfast, and I will see you guys back for lunch. It is now lunchtime, and I just got back from the gym, and I am absolutely starving. And I had no idea what I was gonna make for lunch today. I knew we wanted something that was gonna be fast and filling, and well, I opened up my pantry and I found some canned tuna. Now I remember I found a recipe for tuna made with avocado and a whole bunch of other ingredients I know that I can't have. So I'm going to take inspiration from that recipe today. I'll find the original and post it down in the description for you guys like I always try to do. But I'm gonna make tuna salad with a little bit of avocado, maybe some yogurt, some veggies, and put that on top of pasta. I already have the water going for my pasta, so let's go ahead and get lunch started. Like I said, for lunch is this tuna pasta salad with zucchini. Started off by prepping the veggies, making some quarter moons out of the zucchini and dicing up a little red onion. And of course, measuring out a low FODMAP amount of avocado for myself. I smashed up the avocado, added a couple of tablespoons worth of yogurt, a little bit of seeded mustard or Dijon mustard would work, some dill, some cumin, and a little bit of vinegar. And naturally, a big old pinch of salt, and stirred it together. Once the water was boiling, I put the gluten-free pasta in. I also decided to be lazy and blanched the zucchini in the water for about a minute or so, and then I pulled it out. To the zucchini, I added my can of drained and rinsed tuna, the red onion, the avocado and yogurt mixture, and kind of mixed it around to break up the tuna and get the avocado mixture kind of mixed around a little bit. Then I added the cooked pasta to the top, plus about a tablespoon or so of the reserved pasta water, and stirred to combine. And then I served myself up a portion topping with a little extra green onion and a pinch of crushed red pepper. There is the final product. I would be lying if I said that this was pretty, because it's not the prettiest thing I've ever made, but it was fast, it's high in protein, it's got vegetables, and it's got some flavor and a healthy fat, all the things that I look for in a meal. So let's dive in and give it a try. That's not bad at all. I mean, if you like tuna, if you like canned tuna, this is a good alternative to just a old-fashioned like tuna salad sandwich or something. It's not going to go on my list of the most impressive, amazing meals that I have ever made ever, but it's satisfying, it's going to be filling, and that's lunch for today. I'll see you guys back at dinner time. And finally for dinner is spicy Mongolian tofu with veggies. I started by draining this package of firm tofu and put it on my cutting board. I cut it in half, and then I cut it into thirds. And then finally, the short ways, I cut it into 4 more sections, leaving me with 24 pieces about this size. On top of the tofu, I added a couple of tablespoons of cornstarch, a little bit of oil, and some soy sauce. Then, using the best set of tools in the kitchen, a pair of clean hands, I mixed the tofu in this coating. The sauce was also super easy. I just added a bit of boiling water, some brown sugar, and some chicken bouillon, and a little bit of gluten-free soy sauce, and gave it a little stir. Now to prep the veggies, I had a crown of broccoli, a bell pepper, and some really thick stalks of a green onion from out in my garden. They work really good for cooking, not so great for chopping up and topping things fresh. I just broke apart the broccoli crown with my hands.
And then cut up about half of the bell pepper into bite-sized pieces. And then chopped the green onion into these big chunky pieces. Into a pan with oil, I added the broccoli and the bell pepper plus some salt, stirred it around, and then I let it set till it got a little bit of color. Added a couple of tablespoons of water, put the lid on, and then allowed it to steam for about a minute till it got nice and bright green, and then I pulled it out of the pan. Adding a bit more oil into the pan, I put in my coated tofu, but unfortunately, it stuck so badly, like really badly. So in a clean pan, I added some garlic to some oil. You could also use just garlic infused oil. My low FODMAP friends, I added a little bit of ground ginger and a couple of healthy pinches of crushed red pepper. And I let that infuse into the oil in the pan for about 30 seconds or so. And then I added the tofu into this pan and the veggies as well. I finally added the big chunky pieces of green onion and the sauce and stirred everything up. But looking at the sauce, I could tell that the coating that I had lost in the pan wasn't going to be enough to thicken the sauce. So I did add a little bit of a cornstarch slurry to help the sauce thicken up. And it coated the tofu and the veggies beautifully. I helped myself to a serving on top of some white rice with a little bit of fresh green onion on top and another little pinch of crushed red pepper.
There is the final tofu bowl minus all the disasters that happened when I was making it. It does still look delicious and it smells delicious. So I'm very eager to give this a try. So I'm just gonna jump in as I am so hungry. Try to get a little bit of everything if I can. There is the bite. It is rather large, but I think I got just about everything in it. So let's give this a try. Wow, that has got a little bit of a kick to it. And I even cut back on the crushed red pepper quite a bit. Wow, that's really good. If you like spicy food, you might really enjoy this. I do wish that the tofu had been crispy. Next time I will probably just bake it or air fry it to get a nice texture on it. But the sauce is amazing. Veggies, I love veggies in my food and it makes it look beautiful, and having pretty food is so important. And this recipe will be down in the description box, of course, if you guys are interested in trying it. But that will be it for me for today. I'm gonna go enjoy this. If you enjoyed the recipes today, if you found inspiration in them, please do give the video a thumbs up. Always do your due diligence, double check the ingredients to make sure to work for you, because what works for me might not work for you. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.